All right, damn. Anyways, welcome back to the pod, you guys. Episode 7. I am Bandy here with my boy Keith. Vic is playing producer today, and that's because we got a special guest. But Ray is here with us.
What up?
And we got Darian with us today, man. How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. You our first guest, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I'm doing well, man. I'm grateful for y'all to have me on here today. I'm glad to be y'all's first.
Yeah, long time coming, man, for sure.
And I do want to apologize real quick, man, because when I walked in, I ain't even say hey to nothing. I just looked you dead in the eye and said, hey, bro, I know your chest code, so I do apologize for not, you know what I'm saying, for not saying.
If you can see as well, they didn't tell me to get a jersey. Look at these guys. I'm the first guest. I should have had a jersey with my name on it.
You right.
A plaque in the back.
With the name on it.
Oh, no.
Not with your last name on it. Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's Bandy's thing, man.
Last name. Show me about that.
You don't want to get started with that,
Custom
man.
NBA jerseys with your last name on the back.
Hell yeah, bro. That shit cold, too.
Nah, man, but we definitely are glad to have you, man. Honestly, we picked you to be our first guest because me and Keith actually have a relationship with you outside of the podcast. You know, I've been knowing you 15 plus years, and Keith's been knowing you for a long time, so we thought it'd be great to have you on as our first guest, especially with what you're doing in the city, man.
I met him before,
very,
too.
Very proud of what you're doing.
Honored, man. Real talk.
So, Keith, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
day started off good, got a little rough, but I'm back. You know, happy to be here. Happy for another day. Happy for the opportunity, you know, to shoot, chill with my guys. You feel me? But how you doing since you chose me?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I called in to work today, got to relax with the kid, so I'm pretty straight for the most part. Took some PTO, but you know, it is what it is. I'm energy's filled today, so I'm doing wonderful, man. I can't complain for the most part, but I can't complain for that Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick Lamar's either. So Darian, if y'all didn't know, he's a big Eagles fan. You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to the Eagles, though. Congratulations.
shout out to the Eagles.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley, the defense, did they thing.
Yeah, that front four is a monster.
Facts.
For sure. So
The Georgia boys.
That was more easier than I expected, by the way. I know, like, I'm an Eagles fan, but I was, you're still dealing with Mahomes, but he didn't show up. Nobody but you showed up.
Nah, bro. He was legit running for his life, bro. Like, he was out there just running.
First 7 drives, I'm like, I might take a nap.
Yeah, it was over by halftime. Halftime, it was like, we were just waiting for Kendrick at that point.
Yeah, for sure. I think Jalen Hurts impressed me the most outside of the front four defensive line. Following him for the 2 years after they first beat y'all, he seemed more motivated than anybody on that entire team. So it's good to see him get MVP.
Nah, shout out to
how
Jalen,
motivated
bro.
he was. He had, I think they said he had his screensaver as him walking off the field after the first loss. So. As a Philadelphia fan, though, like, how long have you been a fan of the Eagles?
Since Terrell Owens, actually, it's funny. That was the 2004.
Okay.
So I actually became an Eagles fan because that's when I got into football. The reason why I'm an Eagles fan is my whole family was Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I just always been one of them people that just go against everything that everybody else like.
Yeah.
So, like, I just turned into the Eagles, and then Terrell Owens, he was heavy in the media at that time. So, like, I just found a liking for his personality. So,
Nah, for sure.
pretty much was. Then we had Don McNabb. Obviously, that's a black quarterback in the league as well. It was McNabb and Vic at that time.
I fuck with Donovan.
That Vic era was special with Philly.
Then Brian Dawkins.
Shout out to Vic, man.
Yeah, we was packed in. Then we kind of had a little dry period after that, though. But it's been hard.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I like the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of them whatsoever. Don't get it twisted.
Who's your team?
Like, I'm a Ravens fan.
You just a
Is it
football
Lamar
fan.
or like an
I'm
actual...
an actual Ravens fan since like '99. My little league football team was the same exact colors.
Since 99?
Actually,
My little league football team, we was the same exact colors and had the same type jerseys as the Ravens. So that's when I became a fan with Tony Siragusa and Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he had
fuck
like
with Jamal Lewis,
231 rushing yards in a game. He had like the record at one point.
Yeah, he did have the record at one point.
Right, he was
I know
nice.
my history now.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. But So do y'all think that changes the GOAT debate for Mahomes? I know episode 1 we kind of had that debate with him and Brady.
I think it kind of like, I think you can kind of, put it on pause for a minute and kind of just, because he not even 30 yet for real, bro. So it's like he still got a lot of football left to go. So it's like he still has time to, possibly surpass him. But I think for now we can kind of just, I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? If he got the 3-peat though, I feel like we'd be having a different conversation because he'd be the only person to have done that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it opened up the conversation, bro. Because literally that next day, they like, is Mahomes really on Brady level? Is he really the next? I'm like, when you think about it, you put them stats next to the you put the stats on the screen or whatever, and then you put Jalen Hurts stats next to him too. You got to put him in there too, damn near.
I think Hurts got some. He got to win some more.
Nah, I'm not putting Hurts in that conversation.
Not.
So,
but he does have a Super Bowl MVP now, so he is part of that.
I'm talking about the Super Bowl stats. I'm not talking about overall career stats.
Stats.
Okay, got you.
So Super Bowl. I mean, so y'all had Mahomes with Brady neck and neck, or
I always had Brady above Mahomes.
Okay,
I don't know. Bro. Patrick Mahomes is just
valid.
He's just like just from a pure football standpoint, like just playing the quarterback position, bro. Like I've never seen like nobody just like do what he's done, bro. Like Patrick Mahomes is cold.
I always like to say Mahomes is skill level Aaron Rodgers finesse, but with Tom Brady winning pedigree. But I still think Brady is.
Man,
yeah, Brady.
I'm not honestly, bro. Like I'm not even mad at that. I think
Mahomes is the closest.
I see what you're going. I see where you're going with that.
But it's Mahomes. I think it's more of a Joe Montana Mahomes conversation versus a Brady and Mahomes.
Yeah, Brady's just up there, bro. Like he even won at the Buccaneers, right? And
he beat Mahomes.
And he beat Mahomes. Like Mahomes was running for his life in that game too.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what it looked like again.
So like if you got to beat Mahomes, like rush the shit out of him, make him run for his life. You're probably gonna win the game 9 times out of 10. Right. So, I mean, I think he's part of a conversation, but I think Brady's in his own bracket right now. But I do think Jalen Hurts separated himself from the Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Allen, I think he separated himself from that conversation by getting that Super Bowl MVP. So, shout out to Jalen Hurts for sure.
I think Lamar Jackson is probably the second best quarterback in the league behind Mahomes, bro.
That's cool,
Lamar Jackson is special, bro.
I feel like I still
that
feel
nigga
like
that motherfucker's special, bro.
Yeah, it's debatable. He didn't win the MVP, but I think Josh Allen definitely deserved that MVP. What do y'all think?
I agree.
I think they was gonna give it to whoever won that game. That's how I looked at it.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, I think it was whoever won. If Lamar would have won it, he would have got the MVP. But
then they would have been like, I mean, that's postseason. It don't really count. I'm like, y'all say that every year, but it's dependent on that almost every year.
Yeah. Now the NBA needs to take that though, because the NBA don't do it like that. NBA just give the MVP to who they feel like deserved it that year.
Yeah,
they should let you
get
get deeper in the playoffs.
Yeah, I feel like in the NBA, it just goes back and forth of being like one year it's probably going to be like a stat award, and then another year where it's going to be like, oh, this is like the most valuable person on their team, type stuff. So it's like it's the goalpost gets moved every year. I feel when it comes to MVP.
Yes and no, Bandy. I agree with you to a certain point on that specific comment, because the only time that really the MVP goalpost got moved in the NBA is really like with Russell Westbrook, when his team barely made the playoffs and he averaged a triple-double for that first year. It was the first triple-double season since like Oscar Robinson. So I think that like since that was so historical, they kind of gave that to Russell Westbrook, right? But anytime outside of that, it's usually the best player on like a top 3 team in the NBA, including like when Steve Nash won those back-to-backs over Kobe, right? We all knew Kobe was the best player in the whole league. We all knew he was going crazy that year. But Steve Nash was the best player on the best team in the NBA those years. Like, people don't know that the Phoenix Suns actually had the best record in the NBA both those years, right? So even with like Nikola Jokic and even with Embiid when he won his, like Philly was top 3 in the NBA, right? So I think in the NBA it really
LeBron should have more
record. He should have more, but it's not about who's the best player in the NBA that year. I don't think the MVP award is that. It's the best player on the best team, in my opinion.
I mean, back then, though, he was the team. Like,
No, I agree. Like he should have more. He should have more, and Kobe should have more than one. Like, so that's flawed. But like speaking of the NBA, how do y'all feel about the recent trades and this LeBron Luka collaboration? Do y'all think that that's going to be more beneficial to like LeBron and Luka's career, or be more detrimental?
I think it'll be beneficial for Luka, definitely in the long run.
Why?
Because he's 25. Like he's 25, so basically, what the Lakers can do now is just like as LeBron is phasing his way out, now they can just start building that team around Luka. So I think in the grand scheme of things, it's going to benefit Luka more than anybody.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that, but I also feel like that was gonna happen in Dallas too. So I feel like it could be beneficial in terms of like it can wake him up. You know what I'm saying? Like bring out that demon in him, bro, where he just want to work out and kill everybody he play against. Versus like how he been lazy. He done had that narrative for a while. They use that as an excuse to trade him. You feel me? So that's the positive for him. But for LeBron, it just woke him up. He feel rejuvenated. He feel like, oh, I could play 3 more years. I might sign an extension.
I don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Darian?
Personally, I understand the Lakers. I think this is more so for post LeBron. I think this is like, I think it's bigger than that. I think this is going to push Luka to being the face of the NBA. You're in obviously the LA market.
Yeah.
And it's like now way more eyes is going to be on you now. Like he been killing it. What he's been average for career, like 28, 9 and 9, something ridiculous.
Yeah, some shit crazy.
So like I think now this is where his MVPs is going to roll in. Like Luka is going to be bigger than everything. And I think it's a smart move if I'm the Lakers.
No, very smart.
Absolutely.
I think it'll help both of them, right? Because like you said, it rejuvenated LeBron. I think when LeBron's best years that we've seen him, his second counterpart wasn't a big man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been like a wing or someone else that could control the ball as well. So I think like with Luka, it takes a little bit of load off LeBron. Pause. It takes usage rate. It takes his usage rate down, right? And a lot of people don't know that Luka and LeBron both are like number 1 and number 2 in like usage rate, like in their careers in the NBA when it comes to controlling the ball and having every assist or having the points and rebounds, like all that combined. I think that's like the 2 most productive players like that we've seen in our time, like team up like that. That's something super super crazy to me.
I got one question though. Y'all think for the now, who won the trade? The Mavericks. Granted, Anthony Davis is already hurt, but do you think like for the next year or two, do you think the Mavericks is a better team with the Kyrie AD situation, or do you think the Mavericks just fumbled the whole thing?
They just fumbled.
That's
like,
a messy situation.
I feel like if y'all not winning this year, next year, what you gonna do next year? You don't even know what you're doing next year. Like
Lost. I think for now, the Mavericks just wanted to get better, and I don't think that they trusted Luka's like, I want to say his habits outside of basketball. I don't think they trusted that enough to give him like the Supermax next year, right? So
I think it was a money thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it was a money thing. Like, damn, we don't trust you enough as our superstar because like you live like an unhealthy life outside of basketball. So not necessarily saying just food and shit, but like, bro, if you careless, you know, about your body and everything, like this is your job, this is your profession to take care of your body. We're not about to give you damn near $400 million, bro. Like,
definitely a lot of factors.
Just simple as that.
Right? Imagine if he actually. He's the dog regardless him being in shape.
Yeah,
so like imagine if he hones in and really, and maybe you get that from LeBron. It's like, now I see what it's be a top tier athlete.
Yeah.
That's where the MVPs is coming in.
Bro, I feel like it's gonna wake a monster.
A healthy Anthony Davis is different though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So him and Kyrie, I think it's gonna be very, very special. Like the years moving forward, but Kyrie's in his mid-30s almost, right? You know what I'm saying? AD's 31 right now, right? So how many more years do they got left of their prime, and who else could y'all bring in? I think the Lakers are going to bring in a nice big man, whether it be free agent this year or signing in the offseason going into next year. I think that once they get a established center, though, I see them winning.
And then people going to want to come and play there. And people going to want to come and play there in like free agency, bro. You in California. You got Luka. Like, yeah. I just got to spot up and shoot.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Don't sleep on Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves is
Austin
cold
Reeves
too.
been going crazy in Black History Month.
That's a cold little white boy,
All
man.
right.
I ain't seen the stat line.
He
Yeah,
averaged
white
27
boy.
points, bro.
Austin Reeves got the mentality like, nah, I'm the white boy on this thing. Like, you better recognize, like, you're a white boy, but I'm the white boy.
But I'm the.
I was here first, bro.
I was here first.
That's the one with the
I
culture.
grabbed it from the G League. I'm here. Like,
Nah,
no,
I respect
Austin
it,
Reeves
though.
is a dog, though. And yesterday I went in a rabbit hole looking at his college highlights.
Where'd he go to school?
He was a fucking dog for Oklahoma.
Yeah,
bro.
he went to Oklahoma.
Oh.
He went to
shit.
Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is one of those teams that you're not going to watch, right?
Yeah,
Especially with us,
that year.
especially with us being in the regions that we're in. Like, we're not watching Oklahoma basketball unless they're on TV, ESPN, primetime, playing like another good team. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Bro, there's
searching
only
the
two
Oklahoma
players
games.
that I've
I only
seen.
watched them two players.
What, Buddy Hill, Bill
Blake
Griffin?
Blake Griffin and Trey Young, bro.
Trae
Those are the
Young.
only two.
Trae
Buddy Hill,
Yeah.
Buddy Hill.
Buddy
Oh
Hill.
shit, I ain't even know Buddy
Buddy
Hill
Hill
was
was the
Oklahoma.
man in college.
That's how I knew Oklahoma, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddy Hill. But like outside of that, when like Trey Young left, it was like Oklahoma.
That was fun.
Kind of is what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was why he went to Oklahoma.
Right, but
I-
Austin Reeves was going crazy at Oklahoma.
When did he
bro.
graduate? How old is Austin Reed? Like, when did he graduate? Is it like
I mean, I think he might be like 25, 20, between like 25, 28, some shit like that. He might be younger for real. I don't know.
I think
how
he's
old
younger
he
than
is.
that because Luka 25.
Look it up right quick.
Yeah, I say Reeves. If he grinded in the G League, might have been a couple years.
Yeah, he was in the G League, and actually LeBron said that he went to one of the G League games and told like the coach like, hey,
like,
That's the one.
Send him
you
up.
need to go ahead and send him up. He's 26 though.
Oh
Height
shit.
26.
Yeah, he's 26, so him and Luka's around the same age, bro. And
Because he went undrafted, didn't he?
yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's gonna be crazy. I just hope the Lakers.
So are they in the
I
playoffs
don't
now?
want to get canceled.
Bro,
or
they
nothing,
like
but I just hope the
the
Lakers
fifth
don't
seed.
The fifth
Yeah,
seed.
they
This
about to
takes
be
them-
fourth. For real.
So is this like a championship season y'all see for the Lakers? Or
I don't know, bro.
don't
Alex
know about all
Lynn.
the NBA's open this year. Like I feel like this is the most open it's been
Yeah.
in years. Honestly, it's like no super team. Obviously, Celtics is the Celtics, but I think anybody can win it this year.
Yeah, you got a lot of good. I mean, Cavs been hooping. Can't nobody stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Cold.
Memphis is number 2.
Y'all throw his city
3?
in there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
He's a
Nah.
Ja Morant guy.
Got the
Yeah.
Memphis. He got Memphis logo tied on his arm.
That's crazy.
Seen that yesterday. Not hard.
That's crazy.
Not hard.
Watch the Nuggets though. I think the Nuggets is back this year. I can see them.
I don't
Man,
see
fuck
it.
the Nuggets,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie.
Damn.
What they like 6? They like 6 or 7.
I think they.
I do
they're
not
5 or
want to
6
watch
right
the
now.
Nuggets, bro.
though. Fuck them.
It can't be. Let me see. We got the Thunder,
I think all them teams in the same little
Thunder,
record. One
Houston.
game changes the whole.
Thunder,
scenario.
Memphis, Houston. I don't know who 4th.
I think
Anyone
the
but
Clippers is
Denver,
right
bro.
there, ain't they? I think they in there. I know Phoenix ain't in there though. That's crazy. How you have
Yeah.
Booker
Trash.
and Durant?
Shout
That's
out
a
my
bust.
fantasy team.
That team is trash.
That's a bust.
You think Devin Booker is a bust?
No, not Devin Booker, but I'm saying like that
Oh.
Suns roster. Like,
Oh,
what
I was
the
about to say, I was about-
expectation is, like,
I was about to say, hey,
nah. D
Because
Book,
KD was
good
supposed
guy.
to come to make them better, and they haven't made it farther.
bro.
than they
I don't
made
know
it now.
why they traded for Bradley Beal, bro. I think that was
Trying to
just.
create it's big three shit's getting watered down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
no,
new
that shit,
era.
that shit
Going
don't even
forward.
work.
You
bro.
need, you need a
Like,
big two
that
and a
shit
bench.
don't
That's
work,
the
bro.
key.
Yeah,
You
like-
big two and a bench. That's how you gonna win.
Like fucking Brandon Ingram, fucking Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett's not a big three.
Nah.
Don't post they pick as a big three.
Man,
you know what I'm
quickly.
saying?
Seen that.
It's not a
Hey,
big three.
watch they hoop.
Seen that.
They can hoop, bro, but a big three is
Yeah.
like the when it first started, like with the Celtics,
Yeah,
like that was a
utility was
different
big
meaning of
Yeah.
big three.
Big
And-
three is 3 All-Stars. That's a big.
I was like they not
Don't
even
do that.
like they not even
Bro, they
all
fucking had a
stars.
picture of fucking Kyle Kuzma, Damian Lillard, and fucking Giannis. That's not a big three, bro.
Kyle Kuzma's a champion, bro.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That's not a big three, bro. That's
Bruh.
not.
Talk about some.
The 6 man on.
What he say? He
championship
said, "Come on, y'all. We all need to play in the Olympics again." And then they didn't pick him.
You was on the USA Select team, brother. That's the Olympic practice team. If y'all ain't know,
team. I think they
right?
need college players in that.
Yeah, but speaking of basketball though, like I see Bronny's finally starting to catch his little stride as far as a basketball player. Not as a NBA player on the NBA court, but he had his career high 9 points the other day. So I think he's.
I don't like the way you
He
said
scored
that.
more than Paul George.
I don't like the way you said that.
I seen a tweet. It said the 76ers sued Paul George.
That man was in the game for 7 minutes, bro.
I did see that today.
So
He scored 9 points in 7 minutes.
It's a point and a half.
No, I'm just saying, you got to think about that's in the amount of playing time that he got, bro.
So 30 minutes, you saying he would have had 40 ball.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the time that he was given, I feel like 9 points in 7 minutes. Like, you making the most of your time on the court, bro.
Making the most of it.
Was this in the NBA or was it the G League game?
No, it's an NBA game. He been going crazy in the G League.
He averaged 27.
Yeah, G League, he been going crazy in G League.
Yeah, it's like 27
I did see
in
the
G
highlights in
League.
the G League.
He just caught a
he
body
hooping,
and some
bro.
more.
I don't know where they get them G League folks at, man. I don't know.
Yeah. So speaking of Bronny, I know that like he's part of a generation of former basketball players that had sons that's entering the NBA, right? Outside of basketball, like what are some things that y'all think like are something that you've done or you know somebody done to like break a generational curse like in their family or space or whatever? Now, what is your opinion on breaking generational curses, Bandy?
I think is when it comes to generational curses, man, it depends on what you look at as a generational curse. You know what I'm saying? Some can, it could be, for some people it can look like, you know what I'm saying, alcoholism runs in their family, you know what I'm saying? Other times it could just, be other things. So really it's just kind of defining what you kind of see as that. But I think for me it's kind of just, I think I want to do things differently than what I grew up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I look at my mom, I kind of, see how I was raised. And I'll take little tidbits in that of, how she raised me and kind of translate to life. But some as simple as like, just teaching my kid a little bit more about finances early. You know what I'm saying? I wish, well, my mom probably did teach. I probably wasn't listening for real, if I could be honest with you. But at the same time, it's just, being able to just teach my kids that at an earlier age. So that way they probably be just a little bit more prepared. So it's just like little things like that, what I'm saying, that I probably would want to do.
I feel it. What about you, Darian?
For me, pretty much, I'm gonna piggyback on what Bandy said. For me, breaking generational curses is the educational piece. Like you said, like there's a lot of things that our people before us didn't teach. So it's like we can install those values that we learned on the lesson into our kids and the future, our cousins, anybody, and they do that as well. That's to me breaking generational curses. Whether that's like you said, learn about taxes, credit, just everything of the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Stuff they don't teach you in school and stuff. Maybe I feel like our grandparents. We gotta be honest, it wasn't that long we were segregated, so they didn't really know too much, you know what I'm saying? So like we're in the generation, we're taking all this information in. Yeah. So it's like let's push that information to the people after us. So that's how breaking generation curses for me.
Facts, because I feel like even having certain talks with with your parents, your grandparents, some of them still stuck in them ways.
Exactly.
And like you gotta,
especially your grandparents.
Yeah, and you thinking to yourself, you like, it ain't like that no more. Like, I can't just go off of that. And now, I got a son. So I think about this all the time. I'm like, what do I want to make sure I teach him or that I want him to make sure that he knows about himself and what he can do that, you feel me, that my dad or anybody else probably, I'm not saying they didn't put emphasis on it, but you feel me, they probably didn't make it seem as serious as,
To even piggyback off of that, like, we install that into our future, but they supposed to even take it further than us. So it's not like, so you gonna ask them the same question, like, what are y'all doing to break generational curses? They be like, my dad did this, and it's like, cool, but they still should be retaining those values and everything, and then add more to it. So it's like it's just gonna keep adding. By your great grandkid, that might be the one that is a trillionaire. You never know.
I also think sometimes it's like it's as little as just like explaining certain things or having different conversations, because I feel like some parents, they probably super strict, and it's just like I seen kids that grew up in super strict households and they just go crazy type shit. So it's just like it's just like having conversations, just being open and honest with kids, you know what I'm saying? I feel like things like that can change the trajectory of a lot of things as life goes on.
I agree for the most part. I think generational curses is kind of a little bit deeper than just what's on the surface, right? Because if you're teaching your kid about taxes, finances, etc., that's just breaking your household generational curse, right? Now, sometimes it's family generational curses that's way deeper than just what's on the surface. So just say, for example, you might have a branch of family members that, hey, this part of my family came from this offspring. This offspring's always been a problem.
No, that's
like from the auntie to her kids to you feel me, they kids. This is like this one part of my family.
One branch.
Like just
One
bad
branch, you know
ass
what I'm saying?
family, bro.
Yeah, it's like sometimes like people in this generation sometimes are the curse to their families as well, right? Instead of being the not for real though. Instead of like instead of being like the person that's obtaining this information and moving forward and wanting this family tradition to keep moving forward. Sometimes these motherfuckers is one setting the whole family back. You can have a person that's learned every single thing that their family taught them. Their family could be multimillionaires, right? They can have one person in this new generation that's like, I'm about to just fuck this shit up because I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm smarter than all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I think it kind of works both ways, really. But like generational curses to me is like beyond just like the intermediate family. I think it's like wave after wave after wave. Like what's that one problem that doesn't have our family cohesive enough to move forward like other families are doing? You see whole families that have businesses together. You see whole families that are part of corporations that hire and hire and hire and hire within this family, right? Because we want the hierarchy to stay right here in our family, right? So is there a certain thing or I guess option that you all chose that's like unorthodox from like your family's like tradition of like, I guess how? Like just say if you have a family full of military personnel, right? And you're that one person that's like, nah, I don't fuck with the military, right? So like what have you all done differently than has been the norm for the family, if I may ask?
So I'm gonna say this is how I'm gonna put it, cause like it kind of goes hand in hand with what you just said. Like different branches got different things, like on that side of the family.
Yeah.
So like my family for the most part, we got our head on. We all like are cohesive though. You know what I'm saying? But we all are like into our own different things. Like my dad, he played all these sports, right? But he was the football player. You feel me? Like college, he got drafted, all that. But I didn't play football. I never played football. So it was like an adjustment for him. But he supported me in anything I did. So you might not have that in another part of your family branch. And that might cause them to, you feel me, derail.
Yeah. So that could be a curse in like another family, but in your case, it was like your dad still supported you of whatever you did.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. Like in another family, that curse, that dad could resent that person from not wanting to be a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
No, I agree. Like, kind of you said that. Like my family, they was heavy into sports, and like they thought that was my trajectory. Like, but I like to play sports. Obviously I love the game and everything, but like I never seen myself going to college to play sports. But my family looked at it as like, why ain't you trying to go to college and play sports? So they didn't understand. Like I always been a person from the bread of like, I'm trying to make my money in high school. Like I'm already seeing the future. So like I'm like, no, I'd rather go work, have 3 jobs in high school and stuff like that. And they like, why don't you just go play some sports? I'm like, I just knew, like personally, I knew I wasn't going to the NBA, so I kind of had like the little vision of.
No,
I don't need to play sports.
It's
Like,
a little background. Like I've been in hoop sessions to where Darian's 8, 9 years old, bro. His dad got us in his hoop sessions when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And his dad is pushing him to like play basketball, right?
I was good too.
And he was good like at that age, right?
Yeah.
But it was like as he got older, you could tell it's like, okay, basketball's not my priority. Like you feel me? Like they wanted it to be. And that's like most successful people's, like sometimes that's their story, right? So it's like, I know what I want to do since I'm a fucking kid. Like I want to be a fucking entrepreneur, right? I want to make money how I want to make it, right? Because anybody that has a passion of doing something, that passion usually starts when they're a kid, right? It usually don't start when, they're in their late 20s or whatever, if they're going to be great at it, it usually starts, when they're a kid. Not saying that it can't start at a later age, but it starts usually early on,
You'll
right?
see it too. Like
With I do got a question. You mentioned kind of just like how a lot of like your parents and stuff kind of at first it was like pushing you towards being an athlete, but like what you kind of do now, do you kind of just do your parents kind of like look and see kind of like some of the success that you've had now and kind of just be like, I get it, like I get why you made what I'm saying, that decision to kind of go that route.
Before you answer that question, give us a little bit of a background of actually what you do, like outside of what people know on the surface. Give us a little background.
Do a few things right now. I'm transitioning out of one phase of my life to do different type of events. I got a brand called 10 p.m. in your city, which we pretty much go to different cities and we throw these massive dance experiences. That's what I like to call them. I like to call them parties. I call them dance experiences. So like we curate them around Afro beats, R&B, and hip hop, and really like just bring people out to have a good time. And like that even stemmed from me liking to go out and have a good time. And I seen like a lack of the space. I feel like nowadays everybody's just in that club feel, and it's like, let's make people dance again. Like, let's bring that energy back.
Yeah,
so that's
the real club.
It's kind of where I'm at nowadays. So like now I got this brand called 10 p.m. City, and also got a brand called Perennial, which is more of a luxury upscale. So we create like networking events. We're doing a rooftop event with a spot called Tempo in the Highlands. It's gonna be at Thunder over Louisville. You can see the fireworks. So like that's more of our upscale. So pretty much I'm just doing more event planning, curating events, stuff like that.
That's what's up. And as far as what Bandy asked, like, how does like your family view your success, even though like you took a route that they necessarily didn't point you in?
This is how does my family view it? I'm different. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be honest. Like, okay, so my dad, backstory, he's actually disabled, so he's blind. So like, so he don't.
It's not funny, bro.
No.
I got my oldest sister's blind.
Yeah, so like,
he's.
Bro, he's funny as fuck.
like.
But no, I feel you.
Let's go back. Can we?
I
ain't gonna drop. I'm gonna drop some balls.
It's definitely fucking going on.
Oh, okay. So now my pops, he's blind, so he don't really see it. Like he hears it, guys. Y'all crazy. I'm not letting.
You good, man?
I gotta bring it back.
All right, so let's say, how does your family feel?
All right, man, it's about to get even crazier. Y'all gonna be like, y'all probably right there.
We here for it, man. We here for it, man.
So all right. So he's very appreciative of it. He likes what I do. Like at the end of the day, I come from a place. My grandpa, he set great foundation and standard for us. My dad, he went through a situation, so he's just really happy for me and stuff like that.
Happy to see you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That's you, bro. That's all you, bro. That's your fault. It's your fault, bro.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Damn. Shit.
Oh, man.
Damn.
I'm not gonna hold you. If I could be completely honest, and I know this is a little bit off subject, but I don't know if you've seen any of the other episodes, but I used to be a professional wrestler, so I used to have.
What?
No, listen. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out, bro. I gave the disclaimer.
Okay, I know. Okay. I see you taking it. I see where you're going, right?
So basically, when I moved up here, I started training up here, and I had a buddy who wrestled too, and he was blind.
Yep.
So it's just kind of one of those things that it's just like for you to just the blind jokes.
Yeah.
It just caught me off guard because I just thought of him because he was cool. That was my homie, and it was just that's why it was so funny to me. So it was nothing disrespectful, I promise.
Nah, like I said, I got an older sister. My older sister is completely blind for like the last 15 years. So understand. I'm laughing.
My pops wasn't always
laughing.
blind. Yeah, he wasn't always blind. It happened about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but they all appreciate it. My family. They view it. It's weird. I think it's more people tell them what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they're your family at the end of the day, so they see you as just you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think that really has hit me yet of like the appreciated part of it, but it's like they respect it and they love what I'm doing. So
No, that's all that matters. I fucks with that though.
Yeah, I feel that. So like as far as like your networking events, what do you say the name of the brand is for the networking events specifically?
So it's through my group called Perennial, but it's called The Huddle.
Okay, got you.
So that's more of a. I don't even like to use the word networking anymore. I just call it the social. You know what I'm saying? Because that network is like a trigger word for people these days.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like you'll see networking on a flyer, you're like, I ain't going to that.
Yeah.
So it's like I just call it the social. So I call it The Huddle social. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But nah.
Now, what was your motivation behind the social more so?
To get around like-minded people, and I curate the events. It's not your regular networking event. Like I always try to add elements of like DJ. So I want it to be still upscale, but still bring like a vibe that people are comfortable in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of, like I said, go back to like I don't want to be just so stale and stiff.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, I like the social aspect over the networking aspect. I think that, like you said, it gives a different vibe. So I feel like when people see that, it's more likely to come. It's just like they probably shoulders a little bit more relaxed. You know what I'm saying? You can just reach out, talk to people, converse. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, it's to get in there. Like you don't want to. I don't want the. Here's your card. What do you do? It's it's
when
not.
When you look at a networking event, you're like,
bro.
If you're not trying to network with people, you're not gonna have a good time.
How many cards you get?
Like what,
it's
bro?
Like,
that's not what I
like. Come and chill. Like everybody obviously here got something going on that they feel. That's why they here.
Yeah.
Usually people don't show up to networking events. They ain't got nothing going on because you're gonna kind of feel a little embarrassed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't even be that way. Even if you ain't got nothing going on, you still should come because you might connect with the right person and your ideas might connect. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So how much success have you seen from your social events, like from you networking to other people coming together that never probably would have without your event?
Man, it sounds so funny, but there's a group of girls. They actually said they attended one of my network events 3 years ago, and they became best friends. And now, like, they model together, they just travel together. So it's been very good. A lot of people, like, I bring in different guys, like credit repair people. They help some of the people that come out. Yeah. So it's been very successful. One time I brought the Louisville SBDC. They came out, taught people how to get funding, and like, so people follow. I always say the networking part is in the follow up. A lot of people go, you might meet a lot of people, but the business don't really happen until
like you actually
put yourself out there. And I always tell people that, like, when you network with people, make sure the next morning you like, hey, I appreciate meeting you yesterday. Let's grab coffee or let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause that's where that chemistry comes from. Like, I can meet you. I'm a vibe person too, so I can come meet you at the networking event. But if I feel like your vibe is off, I'm not really
gonna follow up.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
But no, it's been successful, especially for the network is for the people. Like, at the end of the day, I'm curating and putting it together, but it's for the people.
Yeah,
you really gonna get out of what you want to get out of. You know what I'm saying? I can't make everybody do what they want to do in there. So
but you providing the opportunity, so
that's
big
exactly
for the
what
community
it
itself.
Yeah,
and in Louisville, we don't have that space. Honestly, I think
you tapping into some shit that like nobody's tapped into, and that's what adds that's what makes it more valuable. Now with I do know Keith, like you've attended his networking events. Like, how much did those networking events benefit you when you attended?
No, it did a lot for me. Like I said, I'm more of a people person. You know, I think the last one, I know you just had one yesterday. I'm gonna get you that in a minute. I want to know how that went. But I brought Bandy. That's how they met. I brought Bandy to the last one I went to, the one you had towards the summertime. And you feel me? I knew most of the people in there, but I knew Bandy didn't really have any networking connects, being that he from Atlanta.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me bring Bandy. He met a lot of people. I felt like it was good for him, but I also created relationships with certain people I had met before. Yeah. You know, just getting my name out there to the point where like, hey, I want you to know that I'm doing this in all types of areas, but I'm also interested in what you're doing. You know, we can find a way to collab if it works out that way down the line. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then like even a backstory, Keith does photography, and a lot of times at our events, there's models, and they missing a photographer. So it's like it all connects, and I like that. Like just because you can put yourself in that space, because you're fulfilling. I always say you're a why. You know what I'm saying, to somebody else's life. So it's like you're there for a reason. They're there for a reason. Sometimes they just might be missing a photographer. And it's like you can make that connection there. So
yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you coming.
When I first met Keith, like he told me like, I do photography here and there, and I really didn't know how serious it was. You know, it's just like we're flying by each other, you know, in the office. And then one day we did like headshots for the whole company, right? And Keith was literally sitting next to me during every single headshot. He even took like half the headshots, right?
Right.
He showed me his camera. I'm like, okay, so bro actually really
this.
does this shit, right?
Yeah,
So
he really
a
does
little bit
this.
after that, he told me about the
Yeah, really
networking
do this
event,
shit.
and although I didn't make it, I seen how much that networking event boosted
Yep.
his confidence
Yep.
in his artwork, right? So that's pretty dope. Like,
It helps your business grow too.
Yeah, plus you feel me? He
Nah,
taught me
it's
something. I taught him something too.
yeah,
So
he taught me a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like with what you with your business is, how do you like prioritize like safety over like the entertainment of the people more so?
How do I prioritize safety?
Yeah, I know safety's one of the main priorities,
the
but
main
like how do you
priority.
navigate that like as the curator?
I pretty much so heavy on security. Like that's how you prioritize any safety. I don't care if we in a 100 square foot building. It's like make sure security's always on point, and just make sure people are just there. Like they know. Like we're very strict too. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not here for the games or the bullshit. You know what I'm saying. Like we make sure that everything's just on point. So that's really how I prioritize. It starts with my team.
Yeah,
So, like,
shout
that-
out to your team, man.
Yeah, shout out to all of
shout
them.
out
Yeah,
to the
like
squad.
Mike, AT, just the whole squad. It's like, yeah, I just make sure we're on point. And then the people kind of follow suit. Like, we always try to curate that happy, fun, safe environment.
Yeah.
So people see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always feel like if we greet them with good energy at the door, they're going to give us good energy, you know what I'm saying? So that's how.
So
We get ahead of the safety, sir.
what would you say that your audience is? Now me, being a patron of like your events
Mm-hmm.
here recently, you could ask Keith. I had a fucking time of my life at a couple of them, bro. Like crazy. But long story short, anyways, like, but how do you like curate like your audience? Does like your networking or social events like kind of like influence like who attends like the 10 p.m.s?
I say yes, because I think it did at first, but I think eventually when it gets the buzz and the fire,
Yeah.
I think it opens up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I believe. So like always, I kind of make it emulate me in a sense. Like I want to dress, like I want people to come in, want to dress up, and just have a good time. Like I said, I kind of want to elevate everything to like more upscale. So it's like you come in, if you know it's some upscale stuff going on, you're gonna dress upscale. You're gonna come in with your standards is gonna be higher. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I do it, so.
you do a good job of that too. I can say you probably know this too, but you do a good job of keeping up the image of your brand.
Yeah.
So like it's always been a good vibe. You know, I've been to dinner, all of it. So like it's always been a good vibe. It's always been positive. It's always what? Right.
I'm glad that y'all get that experience. I'm glad.
I'm talking about them.
No, I'm just,
I'm glad that's
Have a
still
little
no, I agree
Met
with you though,
Gala.
Keith. Like
out.
all the events that I've went to of yours, man. First of all, Keith lets me know like way ahead of time he might get a ticket for both of us. You know what I'm saying?
y'all got tickets.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Keith getting a ticket as soon as the day that they drop.
He knows it's happening before it happens.
Good.
Yeah, shoot me a text like, hey, I got 2 tickets for Darian's event at da da da. So I'm like, okay, bet we're there. But for the most part, man, I feel like everybody I've ran to, right, at these 10 p.m.s, like Keith said, bro, it's always good energy, positive vibes, and me personally, I'm at the age to where I'm usually there to network. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to build our brand that we have here, expand Keith's photography, expand my photography. But everybody I've came through at your parties, man, they've been genuine as fuck. Like, straight conversation. I've been able to connect with them, text, you know what I'm saying, and create extra business outside of that. And Keith could attest to this. Like, after every one of your 10 p.m.s, bro, like, Keith's like, bro, Ray had the time of his life in there. He was by himself and dude, yada, yada,
He
yada.
in there wilding.
Yeah, but
I'm glad. Like honestly,
Nah,
this
for
is
real.
this is
Not
making
too
me like this is the reason why I do it. Honestly, like
Yeah.
this is. I'm glad y'all have this experience from coming to the event because like it starts for me from more of the creator side of things. Like, I'm just coming with ideas and I'm like, how can I implement all this into the event? And I'm glad that like y'all just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah, I
glad
can't
that
wait
it's-
for St. Patty's.
Because
me
at the events I'm working, so like I don't get to see it from like
yeah.
that standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like,
so I mean, it's dope,
glad
man.
that
I feel like
y'all enjoy
everybody, and Keith could agree to this. I feel like everybody we come across at these events are well educated. Now that's no shot at whoever, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it seems like everybody that comes to these are well educated. Now, my next question for you would be like, how do you balance and like form partnerships like with your events? I know this here lately you've collabed here recently. Like, how do you go about like partnerships in general?
So first of all, I never do nothing with nobody that I don't see myself. Like I'm not doing anything for a look or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like I actually have to genuinely mess with you on like a real level. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really much how I form my partnership. Like I had homies that been doing events for a while. Like I'm more new into the big event space. Yeah. So it's like it makes sense. There's people that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm willing to partner with them. And like I said, we have that actual real relationship. And but also I know now that like I can also help other people that want to do events. It's like if I vibe with you and we rocking out, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of those people either trying to gatekeep or nothing. Like no, that's not me. So if we mess with each other, connect with each other on a real level, let's get something cracking. Because like not everything has to be 10 p.m. Like I'm willing to come up with an idea from scratch with you. You know what I'm saying? We can build something else out. Like I'm not just stuck to one situation.
What would be like your like if you could pick like the perfect event to throw? Like what kind of like will be your dream event?
Y'all probably all seen the movie Great Gatsby.
Yeah,
that's they're just literally that right there. Like that'd be my
like a Louisville Met Gala.
Exactly, and it's funny you said that because we actually working on a gala. Like,
oh
shit, yeah. So that's like that'd be my dream event. Would be more so something of that nature, just something so grand and just luxurious and. It's a price to it, but it's gonna be.
But you get
that,
it's worth it.
Like I want y'all to see horse carriages pulling people up.
Yeah,
to the front
damn.
door. Like that's that type of time that I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll pay for that.
Hit up the Hamptons, man. 10 p.m. in the Hamptons.
Hey, we be there.
For real,
Mike Rubin.
I think you can pull it off, bro. Like, but as far as like, I know we said partnerships. That's a great thing that you just said, bro. Because honestly, I think everybody needs to like take pride in partnerships if they're in business in general, right? Including even us, man. Like, I talk to the guys all the time about like collabing and bringing more guys in as far as like guests, and I think like partnerships like kind of takes the pressure off of one and kind of evens it out to where it's like not so much pressure on both parties.
Make sure too though when you do a partnership that they're carrying their weight as well. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts.
Because it's like you kind of sometimes you know the value you bring, so just make sure they're upstanding with that value as well. So I think that's where partnerships go left. Like some people want to partner with you, but it's like. What are they bringing to the table? It's like at that point it's not a partnership. It's
sometimes they just leeching off of you, really.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, for sure. But I want to ask you, man. What was your biggest motivation to like? I know you said that you seen that there was a space that was getting kind of stale, like in the city.
Yep.
Like, what motivated you to penetrate like that space? There's a lot of spaces that we like here in Louisville. I know that we're. Keith, shut the fuck up. I know that we're in like a city to where, you know, we're kind of behind on a lot of stuff compared to other major cities. So what made you actually like target that specific space? I can't say a certain word.
I'm well versed traveled as well. Like I lived in Atlanta for a little bit. I frequently go to Miami, so like I see what's going on everywhere. And I just thought like here right now it's more it's not enough. Like I feel like there should be more people doing events. Like I just think it's a space right now that everybody can curate, get their ideas and their concepts off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just looked at it as like, okay, what can I bring to the table? Because I was a person that always went out. You know what I'm saying? I know. Like, it's just me. Like I've been the guy in the club buying the bottles. I've been the guy that just do it all. And it's like I just see it. I'm like, okay, if I could do my own party, like you said, it's like, what would I do? And then it's like now it's just me bringing my creativity and my vision to the lane. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I view it.
For sure.
I feel like that's us.
How was the you going to different cities, man? How was other cities like
brought into play?
Yeah, like how was they brought into play?
So I never wanted to build the company out local. So like it's not, even though it's called, I mean, at the end of the day, it's called 10 p.m. in your city. So I can't just be 10 p.m. in Louisville every time. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's pretty much that. I'm like, okay, I'm building the brand. Like, yeah, we do the events, but it's like the brand is being built right now. And that's how that came.
How are the other cities like gravitating toward 10 p.m.? Like I've seen, I haven't been, like me and Keith, like we debated to the last second to go to Nashville for New Year's, right?
Yep.
But I seen the videos, I seen the pictures, the whole nine. Like, how are these other cities responding
to the 10 p.m. brand? Man, they actually, I say the last one in Indy's the one that showed me like, no, people are actually coming out because of the brand. like, so like it's a responding. Like each city's been a different crowd. Cincy, Nashville, Indy, it's all going to be different type of people. And like even that comes with our entertainment piece. Like the DJs got to know what to play in these markets as well. So it's like bigger than just me. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, everybody has to play their role into these new markets. But it's been great so far. Like Indy. They said that was the best night they had since All-Star Weekend of last year. So like, I mean, I'm just saying that's speaking for itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're gravitated to it, and I didn't never realize, even though it says, I don't know, y'all probably seen some of my flyers and stuff. We draw people just off of how grand it look. At the end of the day, it's in your city, so like people are going to be intrigued by it and stuff like that. And my formula right now is to also utilize like the local DJs in those markets. You know what I'm saying? Like people are familiar with that and like they want to still see their DJs as well. So it's like, how can I package it all together? Like you're getting the 10 p.m. vibes, experience and everything. And it's like, but we're all going to work with your community as well. You know what I'm saying? So
what,
it's not just for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What, so when it comes to, when you decided to kind of just like expand to like the different cities and everything, and obviously you said after a while, it started to just be the brand that kind of started to drew people.
Yep.
So what was that process like to when you kind of first decided to, all right, I'm about to try this in another city and kind of that
I already
process
knew
of
that
growing?
before I did the first one in Louisville.
Okay.
Like I didn't ever think like I'm doing this in like I already knew that. Like the whole design was to be in other cities. But I just trying to figure out, and I'm still figuring it out, like what works? Like what is my best format? Like right now I'm Afrobeats, R&B, hip hop, like you know what I'm saying, and in house. So it's like, okay, I'm open format, I'm building it all out, and it's like, well, okay, what works? What can gravitate? Like, because it's a dance experience. Like I want people moving, you know what I'm saying? Like what's gonna make people move? And it's like at the end of the day, I think if people come out and dance, if they always see it's movement in videos and just looks like a great time, which it is, they're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna pop out to it.
Nah, for sure, man. Keith, do you have any specific questions for him, man?
Man, let me tell you, I'm just enjoying the vibes, bro. Like this is my boy right here.
Bro.
I'm happy to hear about what's next. Really, that's all. That's like my only question.
So just give us some insight, man, on like what we could be expecting from you, man, and you know what you got moving forward. I do want to say, bro, like knowing you since you've been a kid, bro. Like I'm very, very proud of like what you've been doing, bro. Like
I appreciate it, bro.
Real talk.
I appreciate it, real talk. I'm glad y'all have me on here.
Yeah.
What's next?
Glad to have you.
Okay, it's out now. The flyer's out. We have a 10 p.m. St. Patty's Parade Day event. We're going to do a massive tent. I believe right now our main sponsors on it is going to be Don Julio Guinness, and we have a couple more pending. So it's going to be like, we're expecting over 1,000 people. So it's just going to be like a crazy, I got 6 DJs. It's going to be green beer, green cocktails. We got some exclusive merch that's going to be out for this event. It's going to be more of another big community event. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole city is going to be behind this event. So that's it, March the 8th.
Yeah. That's
2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Sir.
It's funny because we're 10 p.m. in the city, but this starts at 2 p.m. So it's our first day party. So
That's what's up, man.
After that, we're gonna have an after party. I don't know exactly how we're gonna curate it yet. It might be more of a private situation because I mean, 1,000 people at the after party is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, like,
Every party that I've went to, man, it's been getting like fatter and fatter.
Yeah,
Like more people and
yeah,
more people, right?
yeah.
But although we're talking about the successes and the good things about it, man, has there been any challenges that you faced as a social event planner that may have been like, damn, maybe do I like that made you pretty much second guess? Like, was there ever any point to where you like had a challenge that made you second guess like what you wanted to do?
Well, hold on.
with events or just in general?
Just like in general, like I know that you.
Because I'm pivoting now, so like this is a pivot stage
Because
for me right
I
now.
want to say like everything come with challenges. You feel me?
Yeah.
What would be like? What has been your biggest challenge so far?
It's been a lot. It's been a lot of challenges, but I come from a background where that's all I've been fighting my whole life. So like I look at this, I'm not gonna say it's easy work because it's not easy, but like
built for it.
I'm built for it. Exactly. Yeah, and this is something I want to do. Like I done did a lot of shit I didn't want to do. So like this is more like even the challenges like who I embrace them. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the challenge.
Yeah.
So it's like I won't really say it's been anything like granted I get told no and all that type of stuff, but that's everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that just come with the game.
Yeah.
It's just certain venue situations that didn't go in my favor and stuff like that. You know, it's money that and it's cool. I take that. Charge that to the game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna say them as challenges. That just comes with it.
Yeah, so it's more so like, the challenge is to keep going, but you actually want to do it. So it's not that big of a challenge.
Yeah, I'm not quitting. You know what I'm saying?
So really, your biggest challenges is people saying no to what you got.
And even that, it's like I know eventually they'll circle back. So it's like I'm not quitting. I'm not stopping. You know what I'm saying? Like next time you see me, it's gonna be bigger than before. You know what I'm saying? That's just honest.
Price of the brick going up.
yeah. It's like
You know what I'm saying?
so. Nah, it's cool. Like I take all that. So I'm good though.
Yeah, I feel it, man. Bandy, do you have any hot seat questions for him? I know we was gonna ask him some random off the topic questions.
I'm with all them too.
I do.
He's
I do.
good with that, man.
Being that you're an Eagles fan, I'm who are your top 5 Eagles?
All time?
Yeah.
I gotta go not in order though, cause I can't do it in order. I gotta start with T.O. because that's how I became Eagles fan.
Yeah.
So that's even though he didn't play me the season with us. T.O., Mike Vick,
Shout out Mike Vick.
Of course, Bandy.
LaShawn McCoy,
Okay. Shady
Sean
was cold.
Jackson. I could go Phil. I'm gonna go Brian Dawkins, Hall of Famer right there. That's my 5.
That's a solid 5.
No, Donovan McNabb is crazy.
I don't
I
know.
know
That's
y'all
a
was-
solid
I
5
had
though.
I was thinking.
You can only pick one. I feel you.
That's a solid
You can only pick
five.
one.
11 NFC championships. and
Honorable
that's what
mention.
Yeah, like
Honorable mention.
McNabb is right there, and there's other great Eagles too,
Yeah.
like behind that. But that's those are my top 5.
All right, so this is a question for everybody, right? What would you rather do? Would you rather you only can make one change? Would you rather go into the future or would you rather go into the past?
You can make a change.
One change.
I'm going to the past.
Going to the past.
What change you gonna make?
I'm gonna win a lottery.
It's not a change.
That's not a change
Let's
because it
change to the
didn't
future.
happen. It didn't happen.
Okay.
You can't
All
change something that didn't happen.
Okay.
They gonna change something that
changing the
didn't
winner.
happen.
You feel me? But
All right.
all right.
Head ass.
He been waiting to ask.
He's
this,
not.
bro.
He's not looking at no lottery numbers right now.
Yeah.
At all, bro.
So how you
So
gonna?
if you walk out the door and you into the past, what are you gonna change about the past?
No,
Let
you
me
can't
get 2
pick,
quick
you can't
picks
pick
on her.
which year you going to.
Head ass.
You can pick which year, but you haven't studied lottery numbers enough right now.
Bro, I can
to
just
win the lottery in
Bro,
the
you
past.
can Google what was the winning numbers from this date. Anyway, so let me ask you another question. How I'm gonna change something in the future if I don't know what's happening?
Nigga,
Future don't
what?
exist, bro.
He said you can make one change. You going to the past or the future?
Bro, me making a change, like I would go to the past and I would change. Like when my homies told me not to date Shorty, bro, I would have listened, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
That's a valid change. That's a valid
I
change.
wouldn't.
Okay.
I would have listened to the
See, I
homies,
How
just
did
bro.
need
Shorty change
example,
your
bro.
life, bro, to where you want to go back and that's the only thing you change?
Cause, bro.
Like you changed that you never dated her.
Yeah.
The Shorty, cuz.
He picked it.
Yeah, bro. I feel like that changed the total trajectory of my love life,
Go-
bro. But I'm good now,
Hold on,
though.
I'm trying to break down the question. So what is the future? How you gonna change the future?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. You can't change the
You
future.
can't change the future, bro. If you go back to the
Bruh.
past, what would you change?
Okay, that's the
My
rule.
question.
All right,
I,
or would you go to the
I
future?
answered.
I would go to the future personally.
Why would you go to the future?
Why would?
Yeah.
It's not even more so why would I go to the future. It's just I feel like everything that happened it happened for a reason. So like I just rather go to the future. Well, let me not say that. I'd rather be in the
I'll
past.
go
than
to the
now.
future too.
Yeah, I just rather be in the future than the past.
But where in the future? Like,
I just know
I'm
if
just gonna
I,
go to the
Timeline, like,
future.
age, like is it a?
if I don't date Shorty, the
'Cause if we
future's
skip-
different.
He's still
This
talking
part,
about Shorty.
what we know what the future looks like. So-
I don't know. That's why it was a high seat question.
but nah, the past.
My question was
If,
that.
if I could change something in the past,
What do you say, Keith?
He said his question was better. He said he got beef.
what's your question?
That's good.
You got a question?
What's your
Keith?
question, bro?
Bruh, if you had to lose one body part,
Boo.
Leon,
No, just
right
playing.
now, which one you gonna lose?
What would I lose? I could say something crazy, but I'm not.
Any body part, though, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be like a limb.
Okay.
Yeah, a body part. Like it could
I'm
be.
losing my pinky toe.
Bro, you
Is that-
gonna
I
be
was gonna
off
say-
balance, bro.
I was gonna say my pinky finger. That's what I would take off.
That's ugly, bro. You be out here like this, bro.
You ain't even gonna pay attention that much. Like we just like this.
Nah, shit. Most people hands you shake.
Nah, don't dap me
The
up.
other one. I mean,
I don't even
off the
wanna say
left.
that, man.
Off the left hand.
You gonna hit one of these.
I might give me like a couple days. Tell me out. Do y'all feel like that's rude?
What?
If you go up somebody the 5 and they give you this, is that disrespectful? If I come in like,
Not if that's all they got.
like, but you see my energy high.
Why you
I'm
put the
like,
thumb up?
what up? And then you give you this. That's
Nah,
crazy.
because I actually know somebody
That's all
that
they got.
All right.
lost their fingers
Okay.
and tried to give me dap, and I was like, hey,
I would lose like my wisdom tooth.
my bad.
Wisdom
Okay.
tooth.
We getting
You
off.
lose that regardless.
We going too far.
That was
right,
your
look.
question, bro.
You're right.
That's
you're
what I'm
right. I just
saying.
think it was
You
so-
asked.
What's the
Me?
answer to your question?
I ain't thinking about what I would lose.
That's why I asked you, bro.
Nah, I'm
that's
feeling.
All right. Kendrick or Drake? That's my question.
Both of them.
Well, we know where you stand, brother.
I like Kendrick too.
Oh,
So
the
let's ask you that. Like, how do you feel about it as a Drake fan? I've always been a fan of Kendrick over Drake. Drake makes great music. I've never been opposed of him. How do you feel like as a Drake fan?
Can I pause this real quick?
As a Drake.
Because we run out of time. We got to wrap it.
Go ahead.
It's gonna end on 65.
Go ahead.
So, you feel me? Go ahead.
I think since Darian's the guest, he should leave us with some words of affirmation or motivation.
It could be a phrase.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's 2025. We're grateful to be here. Y'all got a bright future ahead of y'all. Like I said to Keith earlier, like, as long as y'all stay consistent with the podcast, it's going to go through the roof. So I just wanted y'all to be consistent in 2025. And I'm saying this to myself as well. When I speak to others, I speak to myself as well. So just be consistent. Like, I think this is a great year. It's going to skyrocket for all of us. And let's do it, man. Stay worthy, stay grinding, and just stay focused.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
Yes,
man.
Sir. You too.
And we gonna end it with that, man. And I really appreciate you from coming on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Coming on.
We
to
might
the
bring you
podcast.
back, bro. I think this was great conversation,
Nah,
man.
most definitely, man. And,
Definitely want to bring you back for sure.
Shout out to Vic. You feel me? We got our business partner, Kim, in the corner as well. So
Shout
I
out
appreciate
Kim.
everybody for coming, man. And till next time, I think bringing on guests will be good for us. But we're still gonna bring you all into our world, in our reality. So that's all I have for today, man. Y'all have a good night. Go ahead and subscribe to the pod, the Entertainment Collective. And Darian, if you want, man, go ahead and tell them your handles, bro, and where to follow you at.
So you can follow the business page at 10 p.m. in your city, Perennial Experiences, and you can find me as Darian McCroskey on Instagram. Come through. We got always uploading dope content. Come get into our world.
Okay, Keith, where can we follow you
sir.
at, man? Again.
Follow me at AK Wallet 0. It's gonna be right here. You feel me? And then and then do it again. AK the Shooter. You feel me?
Two
Yeah.
pages. What's up, Bandy? What's your handles, man?
Yeah, follow us. Follow me on Instagram, man, and TikTok, Bandy the second. That's BANDYII. As well as follow the page too, man. _Entertainment Collective and the R.A.P pod on TikTok, man. We love y'all. Thank you.
Peace out.
One more. Follow me on Snapchat.
Snap is crazy.
Freaky ass nigga. He has 69. Yeah.
Snapchat. He ever laugh? He dead serious, y'all. Follow bro on Snapchat. He's dead serious.
Hey, that's crazy. Nah, I appreciate